Hello and welcome to Steptoe and Son, a podcast based at Mews Cottage, 26A, Aldrum Lane, Shepherd's Bush. This is the home of the world's most famous rag and bone men, or as Harold would say,
Salvage Recovery Operative.
My name is Darren.
And I'm his co-host Si, also known as Two of the Three Comedians podcast that we co-host along with the amazing Tom from One Foot in the Podcast. You might also know me from Don't Forget Your Goodbye Gherkins, the Men Behaving Badly rewatch podcast, all things MBB related.
I've also been previously a guest on the Jolly Boys podcast, all things Only Fools and Horses. As you've guessed it, our favourite sitcom is Steptoe and Son. The show ran for 8 series on BBC from 1962 to 1974 and even spawned 2 feature films. Such was the series' popularity in the mid-1960s that the cast specially recorded several episodes for BBC Radio.
In the year 2000, the show was ranked number 44 on the 100 greatest British television programmes compiled by the British Film Institute. The 2001 Channel 4 poll, Albert was ranked 39th on their list of 100 greatest TV characters.
We plan to review episodes, chat to fans of the show, and maybe even chuck in the odd quiz. We hope you enjoy listening. Please check out the pod on Spotify, Insta, Twitter, and all other platforms. Right, so we're going to do Divided We Stand and the Party.
Divided We Stand, mate. Yeah, I've just been having a little browse of Robert Ross's book.
Yeah.
Some interesting little anecdotes. I'm sure you probably read it, mate, haven't you? Little stories about both of them, actually.
I couldn't find a lot. I know. I did a bit last night, and
right.
Yeah, I went through the book a bit, looking for the Divided We Stand sort of references. I found a few, but
yeah,
nothing major.
Yeah. No. He's not dedicated. He's dedicated a lot more to Desperate Hours, hasn't he? There's a couple of pages on that. Obviously, that's like one of the sort of standout ones. But this one is this one's very, very good. Yeah, well, they're all very good, aren't they? But
yeah. I'll see what. Well, we always do the rating, do we? What did they?
Yes.
Rate this as I wonder.
Oh, you'll love this, mate. I was routing some material today for a student, and I had to like move it back, and there's a little scale on the router. And guess what it come up as?
8.5.
8.5 centimeters. I
Really?
did chuckle to myself, but Daz will appreciate this. Yeah, 8.5.
Meant to be.
Amazing. Mate, it's meant to be. Yeah,
that number's just haunted us every episode.
It has every time. We've sort of come back to it, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when 850 come up, I think it was, and bingo. Yeah. No, I enjoyed it last week doing the Pot Black with the
it was nice, wasn't it? Yeah, nice dynamic. The 3 Comedos back together. Yeah, that was good. It's good fun.
Yeah, it was good. He's good. He adds a lot to it, Tom, doesn't he? He knows.
He does. Yeah.
He's not the massive, the biggest fan of Steptoe, but he adds, loads of background stuff. Like I was saying, he was picking up on stuff that I sort of didn't think about.
No, this is it. Yeah. No, he's a very good broadcaster, without a doubt.
He is. Checks in a post. Yeah. So we're now on. Start again. We are now on Series 7, Episode 6. Divided We Stand. So we're gonna. Tom's picked 2 episodes, and Nisai, and the 2 episodes he's picked are Divided We Stand and The Party.
That's right. Yeah, we both said we couldn't decide because there's so many stellar episodes, so we left it to Tom of Griffshire to decide for us. And yeah, he hasn't disappointed. He's picked 2 stellar episodes. So yeah.
I think we definitely have to come back and do Desperate Hours though, because
that's just crying out for it with old Len Rossiter in there. Yeah,
we've got it. Yeah, we can't ignore him.
No,
but yeah,
no, but these are interesting ones. These this was tacked on to Series 7, isn't it? It's sort of it was the year later, actually, wasn't it? It was 73, The Party. So there's like a whole year gap. But I think these run a colour episodes, you don't really notice the difference. They all sort of blend into one, don't they? It's it's definitely not jarring.
No, they flow well as well. I mean, we've got so the Divided We Stand, that was Monday, March the 27th, 1972.
Yeah.
And then The Party. Oh yeah, it's a fair gap. It's December 20, so Christmas Eve, 1973.
Yeah, but it's almost like they could be filmed, the next day. It doesn't really feel
it's like 18 months.
Been a gap. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? But it doesn't feel like a big gap at all. I think it was just in such a good stride at this point, wasn't it? Like the color
Definitely.
years. So
So I've got
yeah.
the description for Divided We Stand. We've got Harold wants to redecorate but cannot agree on a color scheme with his father. So they agree to put a partition down the living room and have their own space on either side. There is this there is even a coin-operated turnstile put in the hall, which each must feed to pass through common ground. Unfortunately, when the house catches fire, the turnstile severely limits the firemen who do not have chain for it. That's brilliant. Just think of the firemen turning up and
Yeah, that's it, it's a very visual episode. Reading in the Robert Ross book, he said that Galton and Simpson interviewed it, said that it had the same logistical problems they had with the Magnificent Men and heating machines, because obviously it's a very complex set and trying to
yeah,
sort of get cameras in and film it. Because obviously you couldn't really film behind the partition much, behind what's going on in the back of the set. So obviously
no,
everything had to be facing the front. But they do a great job. It does come across really, really well, and you get this sense of yeah, okay. He does a decent job of it, doesn't he? Actually, when you look at it,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's actually divide it up and stuff. Fair play to Harold there. He's
definitely,
been
yeah.
dreaming about it. This was preempted, wasn't it? There's an episode, I think, in series two. I can't remember which one. He does say, "Oh, I'm going to divide the house up," and sort of,
Oh, okay, good foreshadowing.
yeah. Nearly 10 years later, that was actually brought in. So yeah, great stuff.
Should we hit play?
Let's press play. Yeah, fantastic.
I noticed with this one as well, this it is literally just them two until right at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, so we go to the hospital, and then even then, it's not really. Yeah, it is very much a two-hander, isn't it?
Yeah, we worked out all the best ones are in
Well,
Steptoe,
yeah,
aren't they? They're just those two at each other.
but we're straight into action here. There's no sort of soft opening, is it? They're deciding on decorating, wallpaper, and yeah, whatever Harold is wanting to put up. They're trying to decide what to put in the bog.
Yeah, that's the first thing. Yeah, first. Do they do those? You know those style of books now? Because he's got like a massive thick book with all samples in. I mean, with carpet
Yeah,
samples, wallpaper samples. I haven't seen those for
I
years.
suppose, I guess these days, a lot of stuff you can actually do virtually. So you can actually
Oh
take a
yeah, yeah,
picture of your house, your room, whatever, and then using CAD software, just drop in the backgrounds. But you're right, they were like a staple, weren't they? Of like, where parents would have a redecoration or something,
yeah,
or
yeah.
go into a carpet shop, little
Get some
samples.
samples. Yeah, the little ones. I remember the sort of smaller book of samples.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. We're funny if we got a new sofa about a year or two ago, and we did actually get a sample book to take home to try it out, and
Oh,
to
okay.
return it afterwards. But the old man wants chocolate. He wants dark,
Yeah, was it dark green and chocolate?
dark green and chocolate,
Them's the
which
colours.
he said we wouldn't see you for the dirt or whatever. Yeah.
He is looking, the old man, he's looking very scruffy today. I know he always does, but
Yeah,
that
that's it.
cardigan is just hanging off him, and it's
That's it. I wonder if that was done to sort of exasperate how Harold's feeling, that he's really had enough, because this is like breaking point, isn't it? This episode. Like we've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
him lose it before, but this,
Well, he
yeah,
starts off like, wound up as anything,
yeah, he
doesn't he?
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. There's nothing really to have sparked it. He's already there, isn't he?
So I don't know
But
what he thinks. Like I said, he's like Etruscan blue or whatever. He's coming up with all these different colours. I mean, he knows the old man's not going to be up for that.
but fair play to him for trying. He is trying to better
Yeah,
himself again, isn't he? And he's involving the old man. He's not just gone and done it. He could have easily just arranged for it to happen, couldn't he? But like the bath,
yeah,
he
yeah.
just tells him it's happening. He's actually getting him on side this time. But yeah, I like how he calls him Pater. That's
Yeah,
doesn't say very
I
often,
do
does he?
that.
But he drops that in every now and then. Do you? Oh,
Hater.
brilliant! Oh, I
Yeah.
like it.
I
I
like that.
like
We've
it.
got 500 gallons of ex-army surplus paint. Can't we just bung that up on the walls? He says.
Is that trigger again? Do you reckon?
Oh God, yeah, yeah. Luminous.
Like these luminous paint. Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody luminous.
So the gramophone's well, the gramophone's quite prominent to this evening, isn't it? In this episode, it's
Oh,
sort
yeah,
of there.
that's a new one in the background as
Um,
well. The bear, it's got a noose around its neck, but it's also got an ARP helmet.
Gosh,
Have
oh, I
you
never
seen it?
noticed that. Oh wow.
Have a look. Yeah, on the
Yeah, I
beer's
can see it. Yeah,
left paw,
yeah,
he's got
yeah,
an
yeah.
ARP.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Never noticed that before though. That's wow, that's amazing. Maybe that's off Warden Rogers
Yeah, and I was thinking that. Yeah.
from,
The
from Dad's Army.
talking about like what Albert was wearing, but what on earth has Harold got on? He's got like corduroy slacks and I don't know how you describe
Yeah.
that. Like ropey top. He's got like string across the breast.
It looks like something Sean Connery probably wore, but made it look a lot better
Yeah,
in a Bond film. Yeah, it looks
yeah.
like he should be on a beach, or he's like Robinson Crusoe, doesn't he?
God, those trousers.
But...
It's like beige cords.
So speaking of Dad's Army, did you notice that this episode was directed by someone different? It wasn't directed by the usual guy.
Oh, was it? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's David Croft, who's famous
Ah,
for Dad's Army and Hello Hello and Tiny High.
yeah,
Yeah, well renowned producer and writer, but
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
apparently the normal director was poorly, so they had to draft this guy in, David Croft, to do it. And
Oh,
yeah, they
okay.
both commented, got on the Simpsons, said how amazing he was. So
Yeah, I got to admit, it's a real standout one because you find with is it going back to Only Fools with Royal Flesh is sort
yeah,
of like synonymous in it because John Sullivan wasn't there when it was being made, and you
no,
can
certainly
feel
not.
it is a really different feel to it, and it. I know,
Mm.
like I said, Tom, who we had on last week, he'll vehemently defend Royal Flesh, quite rightly, because it's a good episode,
Yeah,
but
no,
you
that's
could
it.
you
That's
can
it.
definitely tell it's different to the others, can't you?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
whereas with this, I don't really notice. I wouldn't have thought, oh, this is
No,
different.
yeah, it's seamless, isn't it? It's yeah, no.
But they definitely like the
I suppose
props are
it's
back again. Everything in the background is pretty busy in it. I was just saying this bit now where Harold goes on a rant to the old man. And whenever, people comment they hated each other, they always like refer to this bit or they show it about how he's not acting. He's saying Harry Corbett is actually saying what he feels, but I'm not sure. I think, he's such a method actor that,
I don't believe
he
that.
no,
Yeah,
because what does he say? You're a
that's like
complacent squirrely little turd or something.
it's got a little turd. He,
Yeah.
he actually paraphrases the Wizard of Oz, doesn't he? That you are morally, spiritually, and physically.
Oh, is
This
that
is
what it's
like from
from?
the Munchkin Land sequence. Yeah, I'm a bit of a. That's one of my guilty pleasures, Wizard of Oz.
Oh God, sure.
But yeah,
I was talking about that to I think it was to Ryan the other day about how
all right.
the original film,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
how insane that was made and about how the was it the Tin Man got like third degree burns from the lead paint, and
Ah, there's some amazing,
the
some
witch got
interesting
burnt as well,
stories.
didn't she?
The witch got burnt really badly. That's it. One of the Munchkins supposedly committed suicide on the set, and yeah, there's all
God.
sorts of interesting stories flying around about that. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I read because what was the young girl in it? Oh, what was her name?
Judy Garland.
Yeah, she said for years after that the Munchkins would be basically putting their hands up her skirt.
Oh
It
gosh,
was
wow.
really sort of creepy, and she said they
Yeah,
get drunk and all sorts. It was
yeah. Oh, that's not
bizarre
good.
film how that was made.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. But Harold's digging out some papers, which Princess Margaret joins the brownies.
Was it the Daily Mail?
Daily Mail from probably 1950 something or other, 20 odd years,
The Daily
30 odd
Fail.
years. But yeah, he's just sort of. I mean, I don't know about you, mate. I'm quite a tidy person. I like tidiness
Yeah,
and
yeah. I can't
watching
relax
the.
if it's cluttered. I can't,
You,
you
oh,
know.
same as me, mate. Then.
The
Yeah, yeah. So watching the Steptoe's house or look at Steptoe's house does stress me out.
yeah.
So I can't imagine how Harold feels, sort of having to be stuck there. Yeah,
It's just, I mean, you can understand the yard cluttered because that's, it's a junkyard, but
yeah.
to bring it in the house, I think he says, then it's just, yeah. But the old man, he's just doesn't care, does he? Like ration books and, or does he say he picks up a packet of dried egg?
Yeah, a dried
It's like,
egg. That's it. Yeah, oh, even it's a dried egg. Oh no,
what? Yeah, dried egg.
probably something
God.
from during the wartime, I guess.
So, so he pulls. What was he got? Like
Oh,
a tin, and then he pulls out this old set of false teeth
old set of teeth, and he,
that Albert lost in 1941.
God, it's 30 years ago. Those teeth had just been sat there. Oh, that's
Oh,
horrendous.
Well, that's a bit of luck, isn't it? Best set of teeth I ever had, these are. Not making teeth like these nowadays. crumbs and shrunk.
Get an interesting little story that they apparently Harry H. Corbett really struggles not to laugh here.
Yeah, yeah. That he
He's
corpses
sort
a
of
bit.
semi corpse, and I think that's the hand going over the mouth there, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, he's
hiding it as disgust, but actually
it's
he's
the
just
way he
thinking,
just puts the teeth in, and it just hit the bottom set, and you can just see this gum on the top. It's just,
oh no.
but I always find it weird how he throws his head forward to do it. He
Yeah,
sort of goes,
yeah,
it's like
that's
a short.
true.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's quite. But yeah, that is disgusting.
That's not good, is it? It's not good. That's it, in it. That's the breaking point.
Yeah, that's it now.
One of us left to go. All right?
Right,
Right.
right.
How I'm feeling.
No, I'd be glad to be rid of you.
Right. What are you talking about? I'm not going.
Well, I'm not going.
Well, I can't go. I can't afford to go.
Well, you'll have to stay then, won't you? You just have to put up with it.
No, I'm not going to put up with it. I want to be on my own. I want some privacy, and I'm going to have it.
How?
But if you won't go, mate, is there any one thing we can do?
What's that?
Apartheid, mate.
I notice as well in like we don't really talk much about this, but the crowd sort of reaction or the audience reaction there on it, like some episodes they're just right on it and they literally on point and they're quite loud. And this one I noticed, I was watching it last night. Um, that again they were like every joke they were literally laughing, screaming. And at one point I think
Yeah.
where Harold throws the book at the old man, you can hear someone actually like screaming with laughter. It's always surprised me how loud the audience is that night. I suppose they
Yeah.
have warmer packs and stuff, don't
Oh,
they?
that's great. That's great. And if you were in that audience, you're immortalized, aren't you? Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
there, sort of thing. That's yeah, there's a lot to be said for live audiences. We've had this debate, haven't we, as three comedians who said,
yeah,
that studio-based audience sitcoms are a rarity these days, sadly. Although,
yeah. I mean, they're almost unknown now.
that's it. Although we put Mrs. Brown's Boys into Victor's vault, we did say that its
Yeah,
one redeeming feature is that it's a studio sitcom, and
it
it's one of
is.
the
What was
dying
the one?
thing.
Not going out. I think is one.
Not going out, yeah. Tom said he'd been to see that being recorded, I think.
Yeah, I think he had. Yeah, I know he's a big fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very,
So.
very, very lucky. Speaking of which, my pal went to the Comic Relief live recording at Television Centre up in Manchester, the Media
Oh,
City.
okay. Any good?
Yeah, yeah. He said it's brilliant. He said he was sat behind Martin Lewis.
All right.
There you go.
The money expert.
Money expert, and he got a wave off Lenny Henry as well. So,
Oh, did he? That's brilliant. Did he
so yeah, the
get any money
politician is up.
out of Martin Lewis?
No, no, no. It'd be good
No.
if he did. But
Yeah, this is right of your street now. So what do you think
yeah.
they're dovetailing on that?
Oh, I mean, there's
He
some
hasn't done that, has
skill.
he?
No, BBC props department, but no, there's some skill. I do like how he's left sort of bit at the top there so that he can let the light in. Otherwise, he's right; he wouldn't get any light coming in at all because he's boxed himself off, hasn't he?
That's good thinking. Yeah, yeah. It's
The old man wearing his hat, that'll prove pivotal
yeah,
shortly.
the old Mr. Ben Bowler.
Like that. What are you doing here? I don't recall inviting you into my house.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Persona non grata. Oh yeah, he's literally thinks that's his own place now.
That's it. It's like a self-contained flat, isn't it? It's yeah, before sort of like, you hear about these nightmare landlords that subdivide up houses.
Yeah.
Harold was the original
He
nightmare
was,
landlord.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's been a long time coming for him, but I suppose it's that little bit of freedom.
Yeah. I think the only other time I suppose he gets freedom is a box in town, isn't it? He gets his own
That's
place
it.
and or
Similarly with Cooker in the Nest, he
cook,
did,
yeah,
didn't he?
cook with a nest. Yeah.
Both times he's realised, he struggles, isn't he?
What's he done in the hallway now? He's put like chicken wire and bits of wood up and
This is the only bit that I really, every time I watch this, I have to really look at how he's done it because he's put this turnstile in from the old Greyhound racing track, isn't it?
yeah.
And he's done it so that you have to put a penny in, so you can't just pass through it easily. And they're gonna have a share out, aren't they? But, so it's quite a clever way of doing it, rather than just having a door that the old man could just get through. The old man's got to go to the effort of putting a penny in to get through to the kitchen. But yeah, it's I suppose he's making use of what he's got lying around the yard. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, he's a bit. I don't. A bit ghetto, isn't it? It's,
Yeah.
I don't know but he's right, the old man, though. He's not fair because he's going to need the kitchen more than Harold goes upstairs. So he's going to be using the turnstile a lot more
That's
than
true.
he is.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, this idea of a kind of share out is nice in theory, isn't it? But in
Yeah,
practice,
it's not. There's a
we're going
mention
to
of the
see.
Skinner's Arms Christmas Club.
There we go. Yeah. Brilliant.
He says you always have that out by March.
I wonder if they're still going, things like Christmas clubs.
Yeah, Joe, I don't know actually. Yeah, they used to do. I think it was part of like a catalog thing where I used to work about 10, 12 years ago. You pay in every month to a Christmas hamper thing, and at the end of the year, you'd end up with like a 2 grand hamper, that would kit you out, and you'd pay about I don't
All
know,
right. Brilliant.
I don't know how much it was, about £12 a month, something like that. So I know
Yeah.
my boss used to do it, and it meant she was sort of paid for Christmas, all the food and goodies and
All
stuff.
right. Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I never bothered with it,
Oh, nice one.
but Harold's just realised now he's got privacy.
Interesting. He's still wearing the same outfit, so it's obviously. I'm guessing it's not implied to be the same day, but yeah, he hasn't got around to getting changed.
Yeah, he's still. Oh,
But like his, health and safety first. He's got his apron on there, tied
the
up.
apron, yeah.
So the old man's bowl has just gone across the top. Now he
He's
must
never
have
that
stuck that
tall,
on
is
a
he?
stick or something. And yeah, he's just
I
done
was gonna say
something.
that he's never that tall because that's about 6 foot. I do love the way he peers over the wall. He's like, Harold, I'm lonely.
Would you do you get that reference to Chad? Do you know what? I'm sure you know what
No,
that is,
I
do
wonder
you?
what that was, Chad.
So apparently, I mean, I had to look this up. It goes back to the wartime when people would like children would graffiti on the wall. It was something like Kilroy was here or something like that, and he'd be like a face peering over a wall, just like that.
Yeah,
I think that's just Chad's like another name for it.
Chad. Oh,
Uh,
okay, like fingers and a nose over the wall.
yeah, fingers in the
Yeah,
nose. Yeah, there's an episode of Heidi High where it pops up quite a bit because they basically got like graffiti all around the camp, and it's
yeah,
yeah. But I wonder if that's a David Croft thing he sort of put in. Obviously, yeah, linking the two.
possibly.
It's a
The bit
great pick shot, isn't it?
I was gonna say the external shot now. The only thing is, am I being daft or he's got the number 24 above the door, where everything else refers to him as 26. I'm sure it's
Oh, that's a good question,
26
actually.
Oil Drum Lane,
That's a good question.
and they said literally they've split the
I
doorway in
suppose,
two.
yeah, maybe
They put 24 on
maybe the
both sides.
continuity they forgot, didn't they? Yeah, I don't know. Things
Yeah,
like that
strange.
do bug me though, because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if,
Well,
if us fans can notice it, like
yeah, and
how the writer's not
the fact they
noticed it.
got 24 on both doors, I thought I'm sure it's 26A Old Drum Lane, unless we've got it completely wrong. And
Yeah,
it's a bit like their ages is sort of a bit fluid. It doesn't
yeah, that's
really,
it, isn't it? Maybe
but
the council redrew the house numbers. Like house got knocked down, so they shoved everything back on.
yeah,
Who
it
knows?
is an episode there.
Or maybe they can find a six. They went with four, so I will just stick that up instead.
Well,
Who
one there
knows?
one, which episode was that? I think it was something to do with finance, where they find out that the house is on a 99-year lease and they don't actually own it, and
Yeah,
the
that's
Queen
right.
owns it.
Yeah, that was
It's,
Men of Property, wasn't it? That's right.
yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
had
it.
to go and
Yeah,
get a loan
brilliant.
from the bank.
But the bit I was saying just then with the crowd roaring, yeah, when you get a chance, I don't know if you could cut that into this bit, mate, because it's where the
Okay.
old man he leans over the partition, he blows a raspberry, and it's like the crowd is screaming. It's-
Good night, Dad.
Yeah, I think you can even hear one of them say like, "Oh, he's out of something." Can't you?
yeah, yeah, it's fun.
It's great.
I do like
One of
this
the other times
kitchen
I've
bit.
oh, this is yeah,
It's
so
split
so
down the
well set
middle.
up, isn't it? So well set
Yeah.
up.
With the string on the tap.
So there was this one. I'm assuming this one was done as a radio show as well, or was it not?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. No, do you know what? I couldn't find it.
Maybe it wasn't then,
It
because
wasn't on Audible, and I couldn't find
right,
it.
okay, yeah.
No, so either I'm sort of blind, but I just no. But I thought I give up looking for it because I thought it was bound to be some episodes they didn't. Like Pot Black, they couldn't really do.
Yeah, this
I
is it.
suppose
Because
this one is very visual, so that's
that's
probably
it,
why
isn't
they
it?
didn't do it.
Even jokes like this, where I mean, I love this bit. The hand goes out. You don't even see a full shot of Albert. The hands come through.
Yeah, it's just the slot
There he
opens
is.
up, he grabs the
Snaps
salt
it
and
back again.
pepper. Yeah, the crew it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
The fact they're talking through that little like 12-inch by
Yeah.
12-inch slot.
Yeah, the bickering has started, hasn't it? Oh,
The
I
crew
do
it.
like that. I do like Harold's got his baked beans, doesn't he, in like a sort of jar or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a cup thing, isn't it? But again,
I
like
like it.
Harold's side, you've got it's like painted out, it's all varnished lovely, and he's in like some sort of cravat thing, like a smoking jacket. And then you've got the old man, he's just
Yeah.
scruffy, he looks rough as hell, and that side. He's not even using a knife and fork.
Is it a smoky jacket, or is it a raincoat turned inside out?
Yeah, a la Richie.
Like Richie. Like Richie. That is a smoking jacket. Yeah, I love it. How he's sort of watching the neighbours' telly, isn't he?
Yeah,
And there's
it's
he's trying
Emmerdale
to watch
Farm, isn't
Emmerdale
it?
Farm, isn't it? Emmerdale Farm.
Have you
What's your
seen the
obsession with
outtakes to
Emmerdale
that?
Farm? Oh, on bottom fluffs. Yeah.
He's going, there's Moss, and then he goes, bollocks. He goes, who's Moss?
Oh,
There's Moss sorted out that problem into top field.
some of those outtakes are as good as the episodes, aren't they? They're
Yeah, they're
just
brilliant.
so well done. Just
He
those
takes
two
it's about
pissing
7
about.
takes to say that one line.
Oh, great stuff.
There's a good line there about the crew it. He separated the salt and pepper, and then Harold goes, "You can't split up a pear, you know that." And the old man goes, "You've split us up," and he's just got him there, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Next door.
Next door. It's like, who else is it going to be?
Yeah. Oh, I said, have you noticed as well with the telly, like the back of that box, you can see straight through it, so you can see there's
Oh no,
nothing
I've
in
never
it.
noticed that. Never noticed that.
Yeah, at one
Oh,
point you can
okay.
sort of see
Yeah,
there's
I'll look
definitely
closely in a
nothing in
minute.
there.
Yeah.
Because the holes in it, and you can see behind. Like I think it's a bit further up, but I don't know. So what have they decided on watching now? The ballet.
The ballet on BBC Two. We'd only be able to see half the screen, isn't he? It's
So was it a 21-inch screen? That's ridiculous, isn't it?
well, that's a nice link back to the color problem from Series 6, isn't it? Obviously, this was the large telly that the old man
Oh yeah, we
conned his,
fixed that
conned his way into
illness.
getting in. He, yeah.
Yeah. What would you rather watch, sorry, Blood of the Ripper or the ballet?
I do love me Hammer horrors, mate. So it's probably going to have to be the latter of the two. Yeah.
It's just you see how hard Harold's smashing that desk there. He's like so angry. He's-
The contrast's great, though, isn't it? You got Harold's sort of side looking really refined, nice pictures up. The old man's, it's just the same. He's not even bothered to
yeah.
tidy up, has he? He
It
just
looks
doesn't
even
care.
scruffier, really, doesn't
Doesn't
it?
even
Because
scream
he's
with
got
it. I
the
suppose
bare
everything's
wood.
been shoved across, hasn't it? But Harold's literally just scraped it.
I like the fact they've
Yeah.
got a rota Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is Harold's, and the rest of the week is
Yeah.
Albert's.
That's the fairest way, isn't it? 7 days in a week, two of them, split it up, and then alternate Sundays.
I mean, we had an agreement. We shook hands. I've got the law of contract on my side. I have the knobs on my side.
And this is one of the standout lines, isn't it, of Steptoe?
Brilliant.
Like, fantastically delivered.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. Do you know what? I know like method actors, but they don't hold back. Like Harold did it. He looks like he's going
Oh,
to kill Bramble.
he's
He's got
properly
him.
got him, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Around
he's
the
got him by the
neck
necktie, and
tube.
he's trapping his head in.
I mean, you can imagine Bramble said, "Yeah, just go for it." Like, don't hold back.
God,
But
yeah. And he's
again, this is
bent forward
bottom
over the.
before bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. He's, and the fact that he's bent over the desk as well. That can't be comfortable.
Oh gosh. Look at BBC One tonight, and then you could have an extra go tomorrow.
Football's on. European Cup. Wonder who was playing there then? 'Cause it was what, 1972, did we say?
72 might have been Leeds United. I think
Oh
they
God.
got to European Cup final. I
Might be
think
a
Rigsby
bloodbath.
mentions it in Rising Damp. Yeah, Rigsby's on about
Oh, he threw a
the
bottle at the telly, didn't
Germans.
he?
Yeah, the Germans beating nearly broke out in goose steps after the
Yeah, he
third
goes,
goal or
yeah.
something.
He goes, the old Teutonic arrogance soon came back. Uh, what does he say? He goes, our lads are done in. He goes, last time I saw faces like that was Dunkirk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They just look
Oh.
drained.
But
Yeah.
the telly's slowly moving its way
I was going to
across,
say,
isn't
this is
it?
it. If you have a look at the back of the telly, you could just see straight through
Ah, okay.
the case. So you can see there's nothing in it.
Oh yeah, oh, you can see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. I mean, Wealth Brumble again, just taking a full smack at it, and it sent him flying.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, here we go. This is Harold's revenge though, because yeah, the
So
plug
he's just
happens to be on his side.
he's tracing the wire back to unplug it.
Yeah.
You
Oh
rotten
no.
cow, son.
Bit of Chaz and Dave there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get your Carson.
I think we said about this before about how like um Harry Corbett he sort of improvises, like he's talking into the plug now, isn't he? Like things like that. He
Oh
uses
gosh,
like
yeah,
inanimate
that's it.
objects, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, that's it. He's yeah, yeah. Well, you do wonder whether Galton Simpson wrote that, like you say, or he just sort of he lets loose and they just keep it in. Yeah,
Yeah, because he like he's spoilt for choice because there's so many props there, and there.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
it,
it'd be
isn't it?
silly not to bring him in and do stuff with him, like the swords. He'll swing the sword at the old man.
Yeah.
Oh God, they've even divided up the outside toilets.
Have you noticed here? It seems to switch to being film. Like the
Yeah,
picture
yeah,
quality goes from being videotape to film. So
film,
it's almost
yeah,
like they filmed this in a real toilet somewhere on I don't know, on location.
yeah.
And then
It's a lot brighter, isn't it?
yeah, it's just noticeable. But yeah, I do like the idea of the just pulling the flush on him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's proper old school flesh as well, isn't it? They're really strong, those, aren't they?
Oh gosh.
Like the ones now, there's no water pressure, is there? Like but the pull chain ones,
That's it.
you could flesh a
That's it.
body.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, herein lies the problem, really. This is what's gonna be the
Yeah.
undoing, isn't it? The gas hob
So what's he
being
done? He's
left on.
left the gas hob on.
Yeah, there's like a tea towel hanging, isn't there?
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, that's gonna yeah basically be the downfall. But I just love that, just the muck in the yard right up to the front door. Oh dear.
He's just got the old man screaming cobblers at him.
Oh dear.
This one, I think,
Yeah,
is
no,
just going to
again,
be
we
us
don't need to see
giggling.
this, do we? Yeah, I noticed that with when I did series two, I edited that one. There's just a lot of us laughing. Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. Some stock footage of fire engines. And then we cut to hospital. And yeah, a few supporting characters there, but
Yeah, they're just coughing and wheezing now when they sat in their hospital beds.
this is it, the smoke inhalation, wasn't it? That's the thing, like, yeah, it's not going to do them any good, is it at all?
I like the way Harold's going. They came through the wrong door. They had to put a coin in the turnstile.
Oh dear. Again, that's that David Renwick idea we talked about before, isn't it? Of someone describing a situation. It's just as funny as seeing it because
Yeah,
your brain fills in the blanks, doesn't it? Like you don't need to see that.
yeah, that's true.
So yeah, back together again, basically. I
Yeah,
mean,
back in the same ward.
there is a curtain that can separate them, but that's it.
And then we finish. Oh, again, like method acting. We finish off with he like slaps the
Yeah,
glass of
he's.
coke, squash in his face, and then pulls a jar.
Oh, that's not good, is it? No. But it ends up with the old man seeming like he's lost it, doesn't he? Really, because the
Yeah, he's
nurses and
flipped.
doctors gather around him, and yeah, it gives Harold a bit of a reprieve, doesn't it? Yeah.
That was a
Oh,
good one. That.
gosh.
So yeah, what do you rate that, Si?
Gonna go 9.5. 9.5. That was just fantastic from start to finish. Yeah, lots of great visual stuff. Um, just the idea of Harold having enough and finally snapping and going to great lengths, but then it all unraveling um, for our entertainment. But nah, great stuff. What do you reckon, Dazza?
Yeah, it's got to be a 9 for me. Yeah, like you said, you've got the two-hander throughout all of the episode, really, until the very end. Then you've got loads of visual
Yep,
gags, loads of physical humor, a la bottom.
yep. A la
Again, like
bottom. Yeah.
yeah, and sort of dividing the house up, like you said, it was sort of foreshadowed in previous episodes.
Yeah,
But,
that's is it. That's it. Absolutely.
but no, it's
But
really good. Any sort of standout lines for you in that, or I think it's
I
quite a
mean,
few in there.
there's a few. Yeah, I've got the knobs on my side,
Yeah,
which is just an all-time favorite. I talk to people who don't even know Steptoe that well, but remember that line. Um, and just the morally, spiritually, and physically, just because I always think of Wizard of Oz. So
yeah. Well, like
yeah,
saying that line is always the one that I think it's in the documentary as well about when they say, Harry Corbett and Bramble never got on, and they always show that line as if it's sort of, it's obvious part of the script. It's the acting. He's
yeah.
being vile to
No,
him. He's
that's it.
saying, call
That's
him
it.
a turd, but that's the sort of good actor he was. He didn't ad lib
Yeah,
that, so it
yeah, no,
was.
no. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Sure, if Galton and Simpson had ever, released the scripts, then it would have been in there, wouldn't it? So,
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
I wonder if they were on set. I guess maybe does it say anything in the Ross book about that? Were they on set and like watching it being filmed, or
That's a good point, really. Because I don't know. From what I've read so far, it doesn't mention them being on set. I know, like I said, in the dramatization of it, they are.
right?
But like we said, that how true that is, we don't know.
That's true. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Pinch of salt.
but
Yeah,
no, I mean, I suppose what sort of writers they were, and some writers don't really. Once they've written it, that's all they want. They just want to
yeah,
send it off and be done. They don't really want to get involved. But I
yeah,
know others say, like we've mentioned, David Rennick before. He was very involved, wasn't he?
yeah. I never understood why he never directed it because I think he had such a hand in it. He
Yeah, yeah,
basically did the director's role, didn't he? If he
yeah,
was on
yeah.
set, kind of checking that they were
He'd
saying the
appear
lines
in it as well,
properly.
wouldn't he? Like you'd see
Yeah,
him,
that's it.
sort of Hitchcock style. He'd always appear in.
And I know with Jonathan Creek, he did end up directing a few of those towards the end, so he actually did get behind the camera and do that.
It's
But
probably a lot of work, I suppose, if you're heavily involved directing. I mean, that's full-time
yeah,
job in itself.
well, that's it. It's not just the words, is it? It's like the blocking it out. It's the bringing in where's the lighting going to be here. I suppose that's the technical side of it. That's a little bit more challenging. It's not just the written bit. It's the bringing it to life on the screen. But yeah, nah, fair play to them.
Definitely. So next up we have The Party. So it was originally aired, as we said, Monday, Christmas Eve, 1973.
Yep.
Albert is looking forward to another family Christmas, but Harold wants to go to Majorca and put his father in a home for the duration. When Albert pulls his customary stunt and feigns illness, Harold agrees to stay and spend the holiday money on a lavish party. Unfortunately, he catches chickenpox from his father, so the party's off and they are stuck with each other for the festive season. I'm not sure how true that description is because he doesn't want to put him in a home, does he?
No, he wants him to go to the vicar's Christmas get together. I think it is. So the
Yeah,
vicar's going to stay with the vicar, and not
yeah,
he's not
that's
he's not
it.
going to he's not going to be in a home, is he? He's going to be
No,
going back home afterwards. So that's probably crossed over a little bit with when he does actually try to put him in a home in series three. But
that's true. Yeah,
yeah,
that's quite a sad one, that, isn't it? I
oh,
remember he
very,
takes him on the horse and cart and shows him the home, doesn't he, before he, tells him.
yeah, quite a poignant
Yeah.
one, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of pathos in that. Should we hit play then for
Are
The
you on the
Party?
Amazon? You're on the Amazon one, are you, mate? Yeah.
No,
Cool.
I've gone to BritBox now.
All right, is yours 42.57? I think I mentioned there's
Yeah,
two.
42. That's it. Yeah.
That's fine, mate. Yeah, because there's two versions of this. I think this is the uncut one. It doesn't really
Oh
make a
God,
difference, to be
yeah.
honest.
I forgot
There's
you
a
said
few.
that. Yeah.
I don't think it matters too much. I think we're going to get a better quality picture here. So yeah, let's go with this one. But,
The
yeah,
BritBox one, it tends to have better subtitles. Like I've noticed on other ones,
all
it
right,
tends to be a bit iffy. But
cool.
we'll. I suppose it's good you're watching one and I'm doing the other.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Right, should we press play? Yep. Cool.
Yep.
So apparently this was filmed before any of the rehearsals were done. This was like Harold on location, Harry H. Cobb on location was first thing he did.
So is that he's coming down sort of this massive road in London, and you've got all this shopping,
We've got
the
Woolworths
shops side
there,
by
haven't we?
side.
It's a
Yeah.
flashback to the past there. Yeah.
Yeah, God, Woolworths.
And then we got the old man doing his
It's
what do you call them?
Bunting.
Paper chains. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, bunting.
I was just trying to think because Harold's parked up the horse and cart and paid on the meter. Do you have to pay for a horse and cart?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I
Suppose
suppose
he's worried that if he doesn't, then they'll
yeah,
get a
no,
ticket or
because it
whatever.
hasn't got a reg plate. I'm just trying to think how would they ticket him, but
That's
I mean
it.
now they would, wouldn't they?
So yeah, there he is again, Mr. Thornton.
Yeah, Peacock.
So this was his sixth appearance in Steptoe, apparently.
6 was it? Good God.
Yeah. See, I
Good.
remember he was in series two as the guy at the door, like a doorman, and then he
Yeah.
was in the one where they're on the plane. But yeah, I can't remember the other
Oh
ones, but it must have
yeah,
been
he
three
was
other
the
ones.
French guy, wasn't he?
French guy on the plane. Yeah, yeah,
Like I mean the couple in this travel agents, I mean they couldn't be any snootier, could they?
yeah. No,
Yeah, as snooty as you get.
there's quite a bit of social commentary going on here, isn't there? About how people feel, oh well, if you're a certain class, you should go to one place, and
Yeah.
don't want the riffraff there.
I think he
Um,
even says, doesn't he, that he says to what do you call him, a travel agent, I suppose. He
yeah,
says, "Oh, there's a lot of some of these places working class go to." I
yeah,
mean, that's so snobby, and I mean, I know
it
it's
is.
70s,
Yeah,
but
it's horrendous, isn't it? It's
so it's a good like juxtaposition. And you got Harold coming in with horse shit on his boots.
yeah, and the old lady there in her finest furs and like
Yeah,
yeah,
and
mohaire's jacket he's wearing.
that's
Whatever.
stimulated for that.
This is such a 70s set as well. I mean, look at that wallpaper and that font
Oh
and
God.
stuff. It's just screaming 70s.
It does remind me of when I went to oh God, it must have been about 12 years ago. Me and Jen went on an all-inclusive holiday to I
Oh,
think it was
nice.
like I think it was Pineda de Mar. And
Right.
anyway, it was a like amazing like week, but the decor, I mean the hotel, I don't think it had been touched since about 1977. And it was almost
All right.
exactly like,
Wow.
that tiled sort of pattern on the wall.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
like
That's it.
that. And all
Oh,
the
wow.
furniture was like an inch thick of dust on it. And the lobby
Like
was
stuck
like tiled. It was just so 70s.
stuck in a time warp. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been called the Hotel Miramar. Like,
Hotel Miramar. Yeah, yeah. That's it. Innit? Can you get a wiggle on, please?
I know, yeah. Do you know it's the first thing he says to Harold? He looks at him, he goes, "The dustbin's around the back." He
Yeah, that's
gets
it.
that a
Into
lot,
it.
doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, gets mistaken for a binman.
Is it the bed shop where he goes to and they think he's a bin
Yeah,
man?
yeah. Please don't call around this way again. Yeah, something in it. Yeah. Oh dear.
So Harold's booked. So a while ago, he laid a deposit for a week in. How do you say it? Is it Puerto de la?
I struggled with it even
I
when
struggle with that.
I froze it and looked at it on the
Oh,
screen. Yeah,
already Puerto de la Vallarta.
that's right.
I
Yeah, we'll
think
go
yeah.
with that,
So,
Dazza. We'll go with
but
that.
yeah, I think that's in Caerphilly.
Puerto de Vallarta. Double room with bath and balcony. 10 days, including Christmas.
Yes, that's quite right.
Unfortunately, there has been a slight change of plan.
Oh, you can't go. You want to cancel? No, that's perfectly all right, sir.
No. I shall be going, but unfortunately, I shall be going on my own. But you will notice that I had originally booked for a young lady friend and myself.
Yes.
Well, Regretfully, I found out this morning that the said young lady in question has decided to give me the elbow.
And there's a look of horror on their faces, isn't there, here, where they recognise that, yeah, he's going with them.
Yeah,
He's going to be pretty much next door, isn't he?
he is. Yeah, number 23 and 24.
They can shout to each other at a balcony over the breakfast, can't they?
They look horrified with that, don't they?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That's ridiculous. £98 and a week abroad, all inclusive.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's, yeah. Well,
Over
how things
Christmas,
have
I
moved
know,
on.
but £98, good God.
Dug out the rubber and the nuddy bit.
Yeah.
Again, this is this idea, isn't it? There's like a running joke that Spanish hotels are just going to fall down. It's like a running
Yeah, was that?
staple of
I don't know how
70s.
true that was, but it's in like the Carry On films, isn't it? That they
Yeah,
don't
Carry
build them
On.
well.
Are You Being Served? Do it. There's a follow-up to On the Buses called Don't Drink the Water with Blakey, and he goes to live in Spain.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, the whole running joke there is that basically the half of the flats they live in aren't finished. So yeah, very British view of it.
God, yeah, very. I like Blakey. Get those buses out.
I'll get you. I'll get you, butler.
I ain't used to.
You lecherous layabouts.
We should just do this all the time. You lecherous morons.
Hey, up here comes Hitler.
Yeah. I've had just about enough of used to.
Spoke to the general manager and he's not happy.
Yeah. Your gravy train is over. He's such a. I think he's got to be about the same age as him, isn't he? But he's just like seems older.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Love On the Buses. I mean, he doesn't hold up all that well in some respects, but I just
No.
I just love the daftness of it. It doesn't take
But the
itself
film
seriously.
versions, like I thought, were brilliant.
Oh mate, Holiday on the Bus is one of my favourite films. It's like
Yeah.
a go-to film for me. I could just stick that on. It's
You
got
have
Wolf
to-
Brothers actually. He
You have
shows
to
up,
play
doesn't he?
the tune in the background now.
Oh, that's it, mate. Yeah, brilliant.
But well, he's yeah, I think he's sort of underrated because he's so like he's Smiler in Last of
Summer
Summer Wine,
Wine.
isn't he?
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, Stephen Lewis. Yeah, great actor. Yeah.
You
So
could
rings a
imagine him
bell
in
with
anything
us.
else, could you? After
No,
Blakey?
no. So yeah, here we are. The toilets. Actually, you're right. The toilet, mate, is like mobile, isn't it? They must
It's
just
all
keep
over the
moving
place,
it
isn't
around.
it?
It's all over
Yeah.
because suddenly it's literally next to the front door now, isn't it? Whereas
Have you
before it's sort of further around the corner. But
have you noticed how where he's putting up the Christmas toilet roll, like the left wall is wobbling back and forth?
oh gosh, yeah.
Have a look at the left wall now, Eddie. You see it swaying.
Yeah. Oh, that's
It's
not
like,
good, is it?
we always praise the props department and the set designers, don't we?
Yeah, it's got a touch of the Doctor Who 70 wobbly sets about it, hasn't it?
And the Acorn Antiques.
Acorn Antiques.
I don't think we ever talked about that, have we? Even on Three Caminos, Acorn
No,
Antiques. It's
no, but that is
so brilliant.
because they just parody all the sort of like, when those sorts of 70s shows where there was just close-ups and people would be freeze all of a sudden or whatever, wouldn't they?
They're stood in the wrong position and they just sort of like move, in a weird way,
Yeah.
or they shut the door and it reopens.
That's it, innit? Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Well, another one is like the timing
WC.
of the lines, isn't it? When
Yeah.
it's a punchline, but then she says it in the wrong place, and it's like it's genius. Victoria Wood.
Sorry, Wood. Yeah, God bless her. Yeah, fantastic actress and writer. Yeah, no, she's been great stuff.
You've got Albert now decorating there. He's putting up the Christmas tree.
So it's interesting because he goes into a bit of a monologue here, which I don't know if he's done much before, has he? I don't know if I can recall him doing this. He's always sort of, he might have said the odd word or two, but this goes on for a few minutes, doesn't he, where he's sort of talking to himself.
Oh, blimey. You look like you've seen more Christmas than I have, doll. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah. There you are. Your first common market Christmas. Good, isn't it? We remember the bad old days, don't we, you and me? Yeah. Bleeding sight better than they are now. Do you remember your first Christmas? 1932. Harold was only 6 months old then. Yeah, I gave you to him. And do you remember he kept gurgling and pointing up at you? So I lifted him up, and he stretched out his chubby little fist, grabbed hold of you, and pulled your leg off.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Harold's mum as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because it was Christmas when she died.
Does get quite deep, doesn't he? But
Yeah.
so the last year's Christmas trees come out.
It's not well, you say tree, I mean there's not a leaf on it.
Oh, there's nothing there, is there? It's funny, the last house I lived in, when we moved in, the previous owners had planted their old Christmas tree. So we just left it.
Oh,
But it was
God.
really weird because it was up against the fence. Only half of it kind of grew. So it was like cut in half naturally because the other half didn't get any sun.
Oh,
So
God.
it was very bizarre. We never got around to actually, do anything with it.
No, you couldn't
But
do a
it
lot with it,
reminds me
could
of
you?
that.
Half a tree.
No, half a tree. I'm not very garden minded, mate. I can do the lawn. That's about it. So.
Not green fingered.
No, not really my thing, mate, at all. It's just leave it to my mum. She comes around, let her get on with it. So
Yeah. It's so he's just put the angel on top of the tree that's got one leg.
yeah, yeah, because Harold's ripped it off, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And eaten it apparently.
So he's just said that Harold's mum was taken from them in 1936.
Yeah,
So that'd
that's
be
it.
God. At this point then, what's that, 37 years?
When you got to think about yeah. So 72, 36, yeah, 36,
36 years, yeah.
36. So if you're saying Harold was 3 or 4, that makes it right, doesn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Gosh, so that sort of a little attempt at tinsel there.
Oh God, yeah. That's that's what I mean. It works a lot better in color because like, all the other ones in black and white, this wouldn't have been as good. It would be a bit more sort of grainy.
This is it, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if this is one of the first Christmas specials as we know it. You think like
Yeah.
um early 70s this was, and then it's set into motion like, Porridge doing it, Fools and Horses doing it in the 80s, One Foot in the Grave doing it.
Yeah.
But before that, you think late 60s. I don't think I
I think
suppose there was the
when
odd
was
episode.
what was Lightly Lads? What years was that? Did they do one?
They might have done late 60s, yeah, I suppose. They may well have done. They did one with the Whatever Happened to in the
Yeah.
70s. Yeah, but even when Dad's Army did them, they didn't really do
It wasn't
Christmas
Christmassy,
themed,
was
was
it?
it? No,
No.
it was always sort of like just a feature length one. But
I think we
um,
said this before, didn't we? That the problem with the Christmas episode, if it's about Christmas, it dates it, and
that's true.
it won't get shown in July. It'll only get shown at
No,
Christmas.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
And then
So yeah, the Bears lost his noose, hasn't he? But
yeah,
he's
that's
got a feather
it.
duster in his hand.
We hear a piercing scream, and it's coming from the yard.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So what's happened? Albert's left the wreath on top of the
He's left
toilet.
the wreath on toilet. Now, how he's not noticed that? I suppose if he's in the dark, I get it. But I don't generally sit down on the toilet without like looking.
Like
I don't know
looking,
about you, but
sit freely. But I like the pink shorts he's got.
oh, they're great, aren't they?
With
Yeah.
a bum full of perforations.
Oh, bit like Victor when Victor sat on the meat plate,
Oh,
with the
there's
spikes on it.
He's walking around with a rubber ring.
Oh gosh.
I like Albert's like enthusiasm with Christmas because he is like a child, and you think at his age he would have had enough, but he's
Yeah.
so excited about it, and in the decorations and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like Jez in Peep Show. He loves Christmas, doesn't he?
Yeah. He loves it, doesn't he?
It's the best bit. Everything's the best bit according to you.
Yeah, everything's the best bit. I need to rewatch Peep Show.
I mean, I probably every year, mate, I will rewatch it. It's
Yeah.
just so good. Never tire of it. Never
No,
ever
I
tire
mean
of
it was. I probably said this before, but it was like perfect for me because I remember watching it from
Yeah.
day one, and because it was first person view, it was like a Friday night, and I'd come home from having a skinful, and it was just a perfect show to watch,
Yeah.
and I
No,
was just
no,
hooked
you're
from
right
the
there.
beginning.
You're right there, mate. Yeah.
Back in the days when I used to drink. You, when you could go out with about 20 quid and come home with change.
Ah, usually come home with chips from the local Indian because that was the sort of nearest place to us. Um, yeah, sometimes he wouldn't let us buy just chips. You had to buy like curry sauce with it as well. But brilliant,
Yeah.
fantastic
Yeah.
it was. Those were the days.
Price now it's about £6 a pint.
Ah, it's
Crazy.
I went out for a few drinks for my birthday a few weeks ago, and as it was my birthday, people bought me drinks. But yeah, the average round was about that, mate. It was about you know
It's
uh,
crack, isn't it?
10 or 12 quid a round. So yeah,
Oh, it's
it's,
bonkers. Well, I think they were saying the other day that most like nightclubs and venues, were 10 years ago, there was 2,000 registered nightclubs and venues. Now it's down to 850 and it's
wow.
dropping
I
because it's just
can.
COVID killed it and then
Yeah, it's true.
people are not
Yeah.
going out. They think,
No.
what's the point?
Well, that's it. Also, if you can buy a crate from
Yeah,
Tesco's for a tenner,
that's true.
that's your bus fare or taxi fare or whatever, isn't it? So, well,
That's
why
it,
even
yeah.
bother? Why even bother? But um, so yeah, the old man's on about going down to the supermarket to 81p a litre.
Is that what it does to you?
Yeah, that's it. That's a great little joke,
We,
isn't it? Yeah.
we had one of your metaphors there about the Christmas pudding is black as a gorilla's ghoulies.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about those, weren't we?
Yeah, I didn't show that one at Tom last week, did I? I gave him
Oh,
the
no,
Point
no.
Percy at the porcelain,
Point
and
person porcelain.
is he
Yeah.
on the hero or shacked up with an eye plonk seller? That's through him.
Yeah.
His face.
Yeah.
uh, so Harold has revealed now that he's off to Majorca.
Yeah. This is a tough sell, isn't it? He's been dreading this, hasn't he? He doesn't really want to do it, but um,
Could you go away for
yeah,
Christmas like that? I don't know, but Christmas you got to be at home and you
yeah.
in a hot
We've
country.
we've never done it. I done it when I was younger, but we went as a family and stayed in Devon and we did Christmas,
Mm.
so it wasn't really that much different other than we were on holiday. But yeah, warm country. Nah, I don't know.
Barbecue on Christmas Day.
See, my missus is very traditional about Christmas, likes it in a certain way, so I think she'd hate to be away. So
Yeah, we're a bit like that. I like Harold's honesty though. I cannot spend another Christmas in this rattle with you.
yeah, I suppose that's it. If you have the same routine at Christmas and you're not that bothered, it can be difficult to get out of it. Um,
I think it's just like again like a bit serious now, but I think it's Harold's way of just trying to break free of something and he's just trying to go
yeah,
out and do something on his own. I
yeah.
don't think he's even, the fact this Christmas he just wants to do
No,
something
no, it's a
off
good
his
point,
own
mate.
back.
It's a good point.
Like he's been let down by, that bird whoever he agreed to go away with. So
But he's still determined to go, isn't he? Like even
mm.
if that's the consolation still means he gets to go away.
Again, a bit like the offer in it. I got to get away. Got to get away.
Got to get
A bit
away.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
The pathos.
The way they've staged this, the old man sat down, and Harold's sort of pacing around. He does really look like a disappointed child, doesn't he? The old man.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
sunken
he's
in, and
yeah, he's not taking it well.
he sort of uses so many different ways to manipulate the old man, doesn't he? Because Albert, he's either having a heart attack or he's on about I
Yeah,
might as well be dead, and then so he
yeah,
goes through sort of like anger to begin with, then he sort of softens a bit, and then he uses different methods. A bit like Del with Rodney, he always gets him, to go along with something.
that's it. Yeah, no, no,
He'll,
another
he'll
great
bring
parallel
his
there.
yeah, he'll bring his mother up, a bit like Mum said
Mm.
to me on her deathbed.
Yeah, yeah,
And you got Harold being quite sort of he's been quite not sensible. What's the word? He's saying, I spend 51 weeks a year with you.
mm.
Let me have 1 week to myself.
It's a fair point, isn't it? I mean, there's these days, most people don't live with their parents, so they pass probably, 18, 19, 20, or a bit older, but nearly 40. A lot of people have moved out and settled a family, or yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a bit more traditional. People do used to do this, I don't know, but um, yeah, it's difficult for Harold. Yeah, he's
So, so he said now he's booked him at a Christmas dinner with the church. As long as the vicar said you can come, as long as you don't get Brahms and Liszt.
as long as you don't upset the sweet old ladies with your language.
Yeah, he's got a point though, Albert. Like he says, those sweet old ladies. He goes, like they were down a pickle factory in a fish market, and he says, this,
Yeah.
"What do he say? I've never heard words like what they use. It's like they're not sweet old ladies, are they?"
Well, this harks back to the Men of Letters as well, doesn't it? In series 7, where you're on about the crossword,
Yeah,
and
the
Harold,
offensive one.
Albert saying, "Well, they must have known the words to fill in the
Yeah, to fill
blanks.
them in.
They can't be that
That's the
innocent
point,
if they
isn't it?
know if they knew what it was." Yeah,
See, if they didn't
like
know the
it
dirty
was
words, it wouldn't have offended them. So,
exactly,
like the
yeah.
poor vicar, he was so naive to it that it didn't offend him because he'd never heard of him. So,
I love that. The vicarage has been impounded. No, the vicar's been arrested on
arrested.
a charge of
Public
public
indecency,
indecency.
wasn't it?
That's it. The dawn raid on the vicarage.
God. Yeah, that poor vicar.
Yeah, he crops up a few times, doesn't he? He comes back in the porn yesterday, isn't it? I think
Yeah,
in series 8. Yeah, this is difficult, isn't it? Yeah, he wants to be at home with Harold. He really wants, and this is hard for Harold.
yeah, because if he goes away, he's abandoning, his dad basically,
Yeah.
and at Christmas as well. It's probably the worst week to
Mm,
do it. But again, you see like Albert now, he's gone from angry to, he's more, oh, don't worry, I'll cope with it.
yeah.
He goes through so many different methods of manipulation.
Type the ticket.
You
Go.
keep the ticket and stick it into Carsey with the wrapping paper, and they can stuff their Christmas dinner. I ain't going. I've got my own home and my own food and my own son.
I won't be here.
And I won't be there.
Why not?
Because I won't.
Oh, give me a reason. Give me a good reason.
No.
Go on, give me one.
No, I won't.
Yes, I will.
No, I won't.
Because I got one.
Yes, I have.
Then let's hear it!
I don't want to embarrass you.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, if you can't see, it's no use talking about it.
But you can't just say that and finish the argument.
All right, then. It's for old people, isn't it? People with nowhere to go, with no one to look after them. Well, they all know about you down there. They'll start asking questions. Hello, where's Harold? Oh, he's gone to Mallorca to enjoy himself and left you all alone, are you, poor... Well, I'm not having that.
And now he's basically saying he won't go to the church because I'm protecting your reputation. Because all the old ladies are going to be saying, "Oh, Harold's left you alone, is he?" It's to protect his son. Whether that's true, I don't know.
Well, that's it. He makes a fair point, doesn't he? He makes a good argument for it. So this setup is flipped on its head in Fools and Horses in the Christmas Crackers episode, because in that one, Dell insists on staying in
Oh yeah.
to not upset Grandad, and then Grandad's off out to the
He's
Derby
off
and
out,
Joan,
yeah.
isn't he?
What does he say? I'm not spending Christmas with you two.
Yeah.
He's got
And then-
plans.
And then off they go to the Monte Carlo clubs. That's it. But yeah, this is the other way around, isn't it? Like, yeah, the old man's really, really wanting him to stay, but and he ramps it up here, doesn't he? A little bit now. He sort of starts
Yeah.
to stick the knife in a bit.
Oh, Albert, he says it's probably my last Christmas anyway. Oh, okay. He said he's been saying that since 1955. It's funny, like with the heart attacks, he says, like, he goes, "You've had 15 heart attacks to my knowledge."
Yeah.
He goes, "After 4, you die or something. You're supposed to die." Like, no one can survive 15 heart attacks.
I like that. I'm getting very tired these days. I only keep
Oh.
going. I want to look after you. It's classic manipulation, isn't it? God, joiner.
Yeah, I like the way he raises out of his seat when he says that. It's the visual gag. It's brilliant.
Yeah. But as we'll find out, this is a bit of blackmail, isn't it? And the old man's planting the seed, and he's going to sort of see if he bites. Really, takes the bait.
Yeah. Like we never referenced that before, do we? About how he every year Albert gives Harold three handkerchiefs and a pair of white fronts.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever spoken about, is it? Because he says, "Oh, you
No,
give me
it's
the
not.
same
No.
every
Yeah.
year," but that's the only time we
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things as you get older, that's what you get, isn't it? Like, I don't know if you know
Yeah,
it's the same, does it? But,
I'm quite
you
glad to
know,
get
sort of,
socks now.
that's it, innit? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a treat, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep your socks underwear going till
I,
Christmas Day. And then,
I don't know if I ever bought socks or boxes. It's just get
just
given
wait for
them.
Christmas to come round. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So Albert's now, as he's walking away, he's dropped a clear blue bottle of tablets.
I never noticed that before, but yeah, he deliberately. I knew I've noticed him drop it, but he actually looks, doesn't he, to see if
Yeah,
he's dropped
yeah.
it. So it's not all that subtle. Bet it's just mints, isn't it? I bet it's not even real.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And he does that faint little like wobble forward. He's like, "Oh, good night,
yeah,
son."
and this is it. He's going to be waiting at the top of the stairs, whatever, isn't he? But that's just the anguish going through Harold here. It's just
Oh,
so well done in it. It's
yeah, he's
the
brilliant.
frustration.
And the bit where he goes, "Oh, what does he say?" And then Albert just immediately runs in. He goes, "What?"
He says, "All right,
He goes, "All right." He goes,
what?"
"What?" Oh, God.
Yeah, that's a bit too. It's a bit too obvious that he's just been hanging around outside there.
I knew I wouldn't be going.
Yeah, yeah. This is yeah. Again, as I said, this is just tough for a minute. Tough to accept it.
He says it. Oh, I knew I wouldn't be going. It's all a game now. And again, like you said about this seating position, they've swapped now. You've got Harold sat
That's
down
it.
and the old man stood above him, consoling him.
That's it. Because he's got the upper end, doesn't he? And
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah. Okay, that all comes down to directing, doesn't it? You know, it's not just the lines; it's how you display that visually.
Hmm.
Um, which
It's an
is
art form, man.
not all that important. But you're right, mate. Absolutely right. Just noticed that picture of Her Majesty the Queen on the wall up there.
Yeah, yeah, that's on a wonk, isn't it? That's not straight.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, what's the one where he says about, oh, is it the Inland Revenue coming around and he goes, "Where's that picture, Ted Heath?" And he goes, "You smashed it." I love to know what happened there because they never explained that. But why do you have to
No,
smash it?
that's a great sort of yeah,
Because he was Tory,
throwaway
wasn't he,
comment,
Ted
isn't it?
Heath? So Harold
He
would
was,
have
yeah,
launched
Edward
that.
Heath. Yeah. I think he would have been prime minister at this time. He was prime minister from 70 to 74, and then I think Harold Wilson got back in 74.
Yeah, this bag that Harold runs in now, the place is a lot more decorated, and the sort of stuff that he pulls out of his bag. What's he got? A turkey, a
Oh,
goose,
it's not
a ham.
again. Hygiene is just out the
Oh, it's
window in
disgusting, isn't it?
it.
It's in just a
cross
brown sack.
cross contamination of raw meat. I mean,
Oh, but the fact that the birds have still got the heads on them.
well, I think the old man does a little bit of a sort of. I think it's a bit later on. He sort of waves it in the air, doesn't he? But the head bobs up and down. It's oh, God.
Yeah, it's weird. Have you noticed the first throw Harold does to him? The head hits the. I think it smashes the plate.
Yeah.
It knocks it off the table, but I think it smashes it as well.
Uh, but he's gone for he's not held back, is he? Got 14 jars of pickles, 28-pound wheel of cheddar, sausage rolls.
And a new set of rods for the drains. I do like that. Harold, you know the chemical toilets. Harold calls them chemikazes.
All right. Yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder
yeah.
if that's like the first, well, not the first time it was ever called that, but because I always call them chemikazes
Right. Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
from that. But I was just wondering where they would have got that. A
That's a
chemical
good point,
bog.
isn't it? Yeah, chemical
Yeah.
bug, yeah. I mean, they're not the best of places, are they? Let's face it. They're
Oh
sort of
God, at festivals and stuff, it's just oh. And then you've got that pump action flesh
uh
with the blue rinse.
are you a fan of Jackass at all, mate?
Oh yeah, it used to be. Yeah, yeah.
one of the films in there,
Oh yeah,
I think they
I
put
just
Brandon.
realised. Yeah,
Is
he
it
tips
Brandon
him
or
up.
whatever? That's it. They put him in the toilet. No, it's not Brandon. It's one of the guys. I can't remember his name, but they they stick him in there, don't
It's
they?
not Johnny, is it?
Could be Johnny. Could be
Yeah,
Johnny.
I think it is.
Um,
Yeah, because I think he gets a chemical all over him, doesn't he?
oh, it's just gross. It's just absolutely gross. Oh, I love Jackass.
I don't know if you remember it. There used to be a Welsh version of it. Oh God, what was it called? I'll have to come back to that. But yeah, they sort of,
It rings a bell. Rings a bell.
oh God,
Yeah.
what were they called? But yeah, there was Dayton, Pancho. There's a few others in it, and they're
Oh, okay.
yeah, a couple of them are doing quite well now. They sort of turn their lives around,
Oh,
and
nice.
the one he had,
Oh, nice.
Pritchard, he's got his own sort of show on BBC One Wales. He does
Oh, all right, brilliant.
yeah, he does vegan stuff. I think it's called Dirty Vegan. But no, he's done
Oh,
really
okay.
well.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, considering
Nice
they
one.
literally just
Yeah.
copied that. I can't believe I can't
Well,
remember
that's
what it was
it.
called. My memory.
It'll come back to you, mate. It'll come back
Yeah.
to
Oh God, we got the Christmas cards now.
you. Yeah, they get one from the Scrap Metal Association every year.
God, I always wonder why they talk about Harold posts a card to him though.
I suppose it's just nice to receive one, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Rigsby
Ah,
does it, doesn't he? Rigsby posts them to himself every year.
he does, yeah. So the program I was on about was called Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez, of
That was
course.
it.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
remember
right.
that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
Dirty
it really well,
Sanchez.
mate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Enjoyed that. Oh,
Yeah, I remember
nice.
there was
Yeah.
one stunt because I grew up in Abergavenny. There's one stunt they did on top of the mountain above it called the Blorange.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it was a step ladder. One of them just got up the top of the step ladder, then he drove a car into it. It was just crackers. It was the Welsh jackass.
Oh, mate. Welsh Jackass. Brilliant.
Crazy they were.
Again, the visual idea of just the embarrassment that Harold would face being called out by the head teacher because Albert's basically been said he was fire watching, but he was nicking lead off the roof, wasn't he?
God, yeah. Any reference to that school is always like really depressing, isn't it?
It's tough,
Like he
tough
says
one.
about like his, what was it they always used to call him Hitler because Albert had that moustache and he's like, I had it
Yeah,
before him.
I did for him. That's it. I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, you have to, why should you change it? But
Yeah, shave that off.
but yeah, I mean, Hitler has ruined that moustache. There's no way anyone can have that moustache again now.
No,
So
that's it. There's no coming back now. Yeah, that won't come back in fashion, will it? That.
no, 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 definitely not. So five birds coming to dinner. I think Dolly
Yeah.
Clackett, is she in that one? Is she in the
Sheila
list?
Fig, Elsie Harmer.
Sheila Fig. What a name.
God, yeah. I love to are there any sort of characters that you can think of that we don't really see that you'd like to, a bit like in
um,
like Only Fools
yeah,
we've
that's a
got
good question.
Sunglasses Ron and Paddy the
Sunglasses
Greek
are
and
on
all
Paddy the Greek. Yeah,
and
yeah,
Monkey
yeah.
Harris, but
Monkey
I'm thinking of
Harris.
in Steptoe.
Um, there's the Charlie. Well, we do see him, don't we? We do see the Charlie. What's his
Yeah.
face?
I
Yeah,
don't think
he
they sort
crops
of
up in.
reference many people, do they, that we don't see?
They're not recurring. They're not recurring people. There's the odd throwaway name, isn't there? But yeah,
It's
that's a
not like
really good point, mate.
Mandarin's wife, like Mrs. Mandarin, the running joke, you never see her.
No,
Nothing like that.
no, that's it. But yeah, Dolly Clackett is maybe one of them. She's mentioned a few
Oh yeah,
times.
we never see Dolly, do we?
No, we never do. No.
Again, it's like Beverly Macker, and I suppose you could never, after describing it, there's no one that
Ah,
could ever look like her, do it
no one
justice.
can ever do it justice. That's it. That's it. Absolutely.
I like the one where yeah, you got Denise like talking about the karaoke. She goes, she was shy at Shania Twain, and Dave goes, oh, I didn't see it. And then Denise goes, she was shy at Shania Twain. And he goes, she was shy at Shania
Yeah.
Twain, Barbara. It was like she has to be agreed with on that subject.
Oh
Like
gosh.
for as useless as
Yeah.
Denise is, like Beverly Mack has got to be worse in her eyes. It's like
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? She's the ultimate low, the ultimate one to sort of despise.
dirty
So
cow she is.
the old man's brought a Poe in. for a
The
punch
Edgar
bowl.
Allan.
Yeah, the old Edgar Allan. Yeah.
The Edgar Allan. He says it to that posh bloke in the bed shop, doesn't he? He goes, "Where'd you put the Edgar Allan?"
Yeah, that's right. That's it. Yeah.
Would you drink punch out of a po?
I certainly would not, mate. No,
Not that
definitely
punch,
not.
anyway.
Bit like in Red Dwarf, where I think Cat is horrified that uh, Dave Lister has sort of got loads of old bits from the medical unit and like used it
Oh
to
yeah,
serve the dinner with. I think
yeah.
he's got like, is it like some sort of hypodermic needle and stuff and
Oh
kidney
God,
tray or whatever. Horrendous.
we've just got the mixture now. So what's he put in? So into this po, he's pouring. Was that brandy
So
first?
it looks like brandy.
And a little gin.
Yeah,
So we got That's a lot
this
of gin.
is this is gonna go bad, isn't it?
So then we've got great brandy now, a soup con.
I haven't mixed drinks since 2007 because
That's a specific date, Si.
mate, I can vividly remember how ill I was after doing dirty shots.
Oh,
So never again. I
he's
was
now
never a big
added
fan of
whiskey.
spirits anyway, to be honest. Yeah, just I take it or leave it. I like a bit of whiskey, but never been a vodka
Mm.
person at all.
No, vodka is it's vile stuff. It's
Yeah,
just oh God. I mean, I do love whiskey. I love
yeah,
I've got a lot
yeah.
of
Good stuff,
Penderyn
mate.
and Welsh whiskies,
Nice.
and I do love that. But and I don't think I've ever tried gin.
People rave about it, don't they? There's lots of gin clubs, isn't there, and stuff now.
It's
It seems to be
fashionable now, isn't it? Yeah,
fashionable to
gin.
do it, but
It went from
yeah,
mother's ruin to
that's
like the
right. Yeah,
hipster thing, didn't it?
that's it. Mother's ruin. Drop
Uh,
mother's
I
ruin.
like I like the tiny bit of squash that they just put in it. It's like a dab of squash and Tabasco sauce.
Ah, this is like the brew. Is it the brew that Eddie makes in
Oh,
part of
yeah, it takes
to
the enamel
summon
off
the
the bath,
devil?
doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, tasting it with a wooden spoon.
yeah. A po full of that, and we could paralyze the whole of South London.
Now, again, I think the first time I watched this must have been under, before the age I was drinking. I never really understood why people would want to get drunk at Christmas until I was old enough to drink, and then it sort of became like a sort of thing to do. But now I've
Yeah,
got kids. It's like I've gone the other way again. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm just
I've
not
done that.
interested in drinking at Christmas anymore. Like,
Well,
yeah,
now, but it gets worse when it's 40. But I think now you weigh up. How am I going to feel the next day? What have I got
exactly,
to do
mate.
the next day? Have I got stuff?
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking, nah, it's like,
yeah,
just to feel good for a few hours. I'm going to be ill all day.
that's
It's
it.
like, no, but, but no,
Yeah.
it's again, is this the next morning now then?
Yeah, next day. It's a Christmas day. Yeah. And Harold's got interesting garb on there, isn't he?
Very interesting there. It's like a
He's sort of,
brown, weird suit.
what is it? Yeah, some sort of like, yeah, suit, almost like a bit like the suits they wear in Dad's army, like a bit like an army
Yeah.
suit in a way, in it, but with an over large collar.
And it opens
Uh,
like at the chest and he's got is that a necktie or something? Or a
necktie on there, in it,
tie?
yeah. But the old man's looking worse for wear. He's covered in
Uh,
blotches. Yeah, not looking good
still,
at
still
all.
got his bowler on with his pajamas.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's covered in spots.
I mean, he does look older, Wilf Bramble here. Obviously, I know this is getting on for 10 years since they first did it,
Definitely,
but his face looks more drawn, doesn't it? And yeah, I don't know. It's
does.
just because I've seen it in color as opposed to black and white. But even contrasted from a few years ago, he has aged a little bit.
Yeah, I think when I in the book, I think we mentioned it. I think in episode one, it's called Dirty Old Man.
Yeah,
Um, he says he had quite a sort of, I wouldn't say turbulent, but he didn't have a happy life. Uh,
right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
he married, I think, the late 40s, early 50s, and then his wife left him. Sorry, the lodger they took in fathered a
that's right.
child with his wife,
Yeah,
and they said he never ever got over it, and he sort of
no,
divorced and the scandal of that, and then I think he moved in with his sister,
right.
and he would just be crying all night because he just never really got
Yeah,
over
I
it.
do remember reading that. Yeah,
And
really,
then, of
really
course, the
sad to
whole
hear.
thing about him being gay at a time when it was illegal.
This is it. Yeah,
Not a happy life at all.
not happy life at all. No, considering he was sort of very famous, sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
high earning celebrity. It's not
yeah.
everything, is it at all?
Well, he was with the Beatles at their height of their fame.
Exactly. You
It
don't get
doesn't
any
get
bigger
bigger
than
than
that,
that in
does it?
Britain.
Does not get
No,
bigger than that until in the 60s. No.
no, God.
What's all that on your face?
It's all up my legs as well, all up my arms and across my belly and right round me.
What is it?
I think I've got chicken pox.
Chicken pox? You can't have. You can't have chicken pox. There can't be chicken pox. Chicken pox?
So yeah, they've worked out now he's got chicken pox. So what they're going to do? Hide him upstairs.
Or the stable. Going to bung him
Oh
in the
God,
stable with
balls.
poor horse.
So that'll be
Uh,
Hercules II now, wouldn't it?
yeah, this is Delilah, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
But yeah, we're starting to see Harold itching. Um,
Oh God.
Rather conveniently on cue. Like he's got dressed this morning. I hadn't noticed it, but
Yeah, he's got a vest on under that, like a
I mean,
purple.
yeah, that's
What is
it's quite.
that?
I don't know. That's quite quite a vest, isn't it? Quite a setup.
And that looks so itchy, doesn't it? That fleecy top.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. It just, yeah, not comfortable.
so the
And
guests have
obviously, it's the
arrived.
old man's fault, and it's the old man's fault again. He's sabotaged it because everything was set up, everything was perfect. Got everyone coming round. He got good lunch on, bit of drink, and it's all gone to pieces. And we'll have him shouting through the letterbox again, similar to Siege of Steptoe Street.
Do we see any of these again or previously? I don't know. I don't recognize any of them really.
Nah, I think they're just sort of one-off
That
characters, aren't
that guy
they?
with sort of the grey trilby looks familiar. I don't know if he's in something else.
That's a good point. Yeah,
But he looks. I don't know. His face just seems familiar. But the
yeah,
others, I don't recognize any of them.
no.
So he's explaining through the letterbox. They think it's a parlor game.
Yeah.
Getting it. They are getting on mine to have never had chicken pox.
Just go back to the Robert Ross book. Apparently, there's mention of Chris and Arthur here, which was the actual Rag and Bone Men. They borrowed the horse and cart off. I
Yeah.
think when he was talking about the guest list, he mentions their names. So Chris and Arthur Arnold. So a nice little sort of
Oh,
shout out to
okay.
them that they were the
Yeah.
sort of the prototypes for the Steptoes.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah.
But that guy there is like a full dicky, isn't he? He's
Yeah, he's really up for
gone to town for it. Yeah.
one of them, like Harold says, I think her name is Hermione. She's a young conservative. So I'm surprised Harold invited her.
Wow. If it's a dolly bird, he's not bothered.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Be ambitious to try and convert her.
Politics go out the window then he paints a yellow cross on the door.
So what's that a reference to? I think we never quite got that.
But I think like during the plague and stuff, if you had, a house was diseased, I always thought it was a white cross, but I don't know, perhaps it was just that's all the paint they had there, but they'd paint
Maybe.
a cross on the
Yeah.
door
Oh,
and they'd
okay.
say, unclean and don't enter.
Didn't realise
Go
that.
back to the table. There's a lot of food on that table.
There is. You got like is that a duck with orange on it? Looks like it, doesn't it? And the
That à
turkey,
l'orange.
duck on orange, and then there's like a big trifle, which the old man's just landed in.
It's just, yeah, head first.
Ah.
The bowler stayed on now.
Getting in with his blow tickler.
I like this. So he's just like all ad libbing at the end with their neck in the drink and
Yeah.
throwing the food round.
Well, they might as well, and they
It's a
only
nice
them two.
touch. That's what I've always sort of stood out to me was how they do that at the end because there's not many shows that do it.
No.
Once it ends, it cuts away and that's it.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? We end with him pretending to stab him in the back, but
Yeah.
not quite going through with it.
No, it's too blunt, that
But
knife.
but there we go.
Yeah, so
Great stuff. Great
What do you think
episode.
of? Yeah, it was brilliant
Well,
that episode. Yeah,
I don't know if you remember that was my pick when we did the Comedos Christmas episode. That was
it
my pick
was. Yeah, yeah,
because just got a lot of great memories of watching it with my dad and my brother on a repeat, obviously, and yeah, just being very Christmas. I watched it at Christmas. I think one of the first times I watched it, so it's just stuck out as just being, them doing what they do really well, but
yeah,
bickering and falling out. But a nice sort of plot to it. Harold trying to get away, not getting away, having a plan B, and then plan B failing.
yeah.
Um,
It feels more like natural this one because I think the next year, I think is it one more Christmas episode after this? I think they do.
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
It
Yeah,
feels a bit more like the storyline just feels. I still love it, but it just feels like it's been done before. Is this one is natural and it
yeah.
feels like it flows
This is
well.
it. This is
Um,
it.
and again,
Mm.
like I love the physical gags in it. I love the sort of bit about their past. They talk a bit about the mum in this, which they hardly ever do. So it's just nice touches to it.
Yeah,
No, it's really good at that.
and the 45 minutes doesn't feel all that long either because you got the bit at the start, sort of 5-10 minutes of the travel agents.
Mm,
So it doesn't feel padded out at all, does it? It does
no.
flow nicely. I think any longer
You,
than that might have pushed it, but I
mm.
don't know.
Did you say there was was that the extended version or was there
So apparently there
full?
is an uncut version, which is a couple of minutes longer. I think there's a little bit more in the travel agents.
Mm.
But I don't know if that was just for timing, or for, perhaps some of the jokes are non-PC these days, so that's why I've been cut out. So the
Okay. Yeah.
official versions that are sort of shown on BritBox and I think on DVD are slightly shorter, but on YouTube there is a full uncut. It's only a couple of minutes, but
Mm.
yeah,
I have to
yeah.
have a
So
look at
even Steptoe, sometimes has to get cut. It's like Only Fools
Yeah, it
got cut,
goes.
didn't it? And yeah, One Foot in the Grave's got a few edits and cuts and stuff. So,
Right,
all
so I
right, mate.
think that
So the Skinner's Arms quiz night.
yeah, Skinner's Arms
Yes.
quiz night. So what we having tonight? We just say we can't drink much anymore. So
I'm going to try a bit of Harold's Punch because, well, why not? We've just watched the Christmas special.
starting early, Si. Oh,
Hopefully, it won't take the paint off the bath. But yeah,
yeah. I'm not carrying you home.
yeah.
Well, I might have to.
Yes,
I think I'll
yeah,
have
fantastic.
yeah, I'll have a pint of mild, and I'll
Part of
to
mild.
chase it up. I'll have a chop of gold watch.
So yeah, Series 7. Yeah, I've gone through each episode really. Know these back to front. Hopefully, you'll do pretty well in this, Dazza. But let's have a go. So, question 1: What prison did Frank and Johnny escape from in the Desperate Hours?
Oh, was it Scrubs?
The Scrubs, mate. Yeah,
Scrubs, Wormwood
Wormwood
Scrubs.
Scrubs, because they live very close to it, and the old man says, they're always escaping from the Scrubs. They don't mind. They
Yeah.
just leave the door open.
I wonder how close that is to the Scrubs then. That
That's a
Oil
good
Drum
question.
Lane.
Yeah, good question. Well, they mentioned the Hammersmith. Is it the Hammersmith flyover and stuff, don't they? And
Hammersmith.
Hammersmith. Yeah, so
I'm from Hammersmith.
I like that
That's
episode in
another
where they
bottom
do the
flap, isn't
university.
it?
That's it. Yeah,
It goes Hammersmith.
they're doing
So-
doing the pub quiz, aren't they? And they've got like the buzzer set up, and it's like Hitler, Hammersmith, or something like that.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Like University Challenge.
it's brilliant.
He
Isn't it?
just looks like what's going on. Like,
Richie Hammersmith.
that's it.
That's him, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay, question 2. At the beginning of Loath's story, what sport are Harold and Albert playing?
Is it badminton?
Badminton, mate.
Badminton, yeah. I just
Absolutely.
remember him sliding around in Horseman. You were.
That's it. The shuttlecock lands in the big pile of shit, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
horrendous.
Oh God. Yeah.
And you got Harold wearing his whites and sort of really going for it. And
Yeah, he's got his Jimmy
Yeah, the
Connors
old
like
man.
shorts and everything on, and yeah, the old man in gum boots and his jacket.
barely breaking a sweat. That's a bit like my father-in-law. When I played squash against him, he ran me ragged around the court, and I couldn't get near him, and he barely moved.
Did it? Yeah,
It's-
it's placement, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it.
I played. I've never played squash, but I played badminton quite a lot, like in my
Yeah.
late teens. And
Oh, nice one, mate.
I remember we took the sort of. I used to work for a rehabilitation home, and one of the
Oh, okay.
patients one of the patients they took out, he's a big lad. He was about 22 stone,
Right.
and he said, "Oh, I'm good at badminton." I thought, okay. So anyway, it took him for a game, and he absolutely hammered me. He stood in the middle of the court and just like ding, ding, ding. He didn't
That's it.
move.
That's
And
it.
he was putting the shuttlecock at the back. He's putting it at the front. He's going deep. He was going wide. I just couldn't get anywhere near him.
No. That's funny, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah.
It just shows like his placement, doesn't it, and knowing what to do.
This is true, mate. Yeah. Okay, question 3. How much money did George owe Albert in Oh What a Beautiful Morning? So George is the recently deceased member of the Steptoe family, and Albert is going to the funeral to get that money off him.
He was my eldest brother. Was it £25?
25 quid, mate.
Oh, I love that episode. Yeah, was it £25 in 1925 or something?
That's it.
So yeah,
it's great because he says he puts the drink on the coffin, doesn't he? And he says, "This is a first for me. First time I had a drink on him."
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to do that one day.
Yeah, good idea, mate.
But yeah, there's only certain settings you could do that, and with certain relatives, you'd have to really know well. But yeah, it's
what
the first drink I've had on
family.
Yeah, is it? Have you noticed with is this a bit in that where Harold again he pulls this younger bird and who's way too young for him.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And then they're cousins, and then he goes.
They're cousins, but quite removed or something. Oh,
yeah,
but now anyway or something.
But then he has a word with Albert, then he works out. He says that's Alice's.
Yeah, that's
daughter.
right.
He goes, it could be any of ours.
Oh, gosh.
Meaning that Albert could be her father.
Albert could be dad, and he doesn't know.
Like,
he doesn't really care, but just stay away from her. Yeah.
So that could be his half sister.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, that's how how entangled
I think the first couple of times I watched that, I couldn't get my head around it. It didn't click. And then you think, oh, hang on.
Yeah. Because she first of all calls him uncle, and he goes, "No, we're cousins, aren't we?"
And then they work out that her mum used to put her in his bed when she was about 3.
That's right.
20 years ago. It's like,
I've been in your bedroom lots of times or something.
Because what? But yeah, 25 quid.
25 quid, brilliant, mate. Okay, question 4. What part does Albert end up playing in A Star Is Born? So he gets cast halfway through the read-through. Can you remember the name of the character?
Oh, God, was it Lieutenant Carstairs?
Oh, you're close, mate. You're close. You got the first of that surname. You got the first and last letter correct.
Oh God, where did I get Carstairs from? Carruthers.
Oh
that's God,
it, mate. Very good.
Carruthers.
Yeah, I'll give you that, mate. The Right Honourable Lord Carruthers QC.
I don't know where I got Lieutenant from.
No, it's good, mate. It's good. Yeah. Yes, a string of Peloponnese.
Yeah, I get a brilliant episode, isn't it? That.
Great.
Harold thinks he's like gonna make it as an actor, and again that dream is dashed because of his old man. He's better at it.
This is it, innit? It's Harold trying to do something, and a bit like the card playing episode and the Labour candidate episode. He's he thinks he's in his element, doesn't he? And these are his people, but he just gets upstaged. And continuing with that, can you remember the name of the person that Albert replaces? So this guy was originally playing the Right Honourable Lord Carruthers QC, but he's had his teeth out, I think, so he can't play it anymore. It's just one name that's mentioned. That's a bit of a toughie, mate. Sorry, I threw one toughie in there.
That is because the bird he was trying to knock off, as Albert would say, was what was her name? It was Nemini Wagstaff.
Something like that. Yeah.
But oh God, was it? I'd have to guess. Is it John?
No, Reg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Reg from the gas board or something.
Something like that. Yeah. There's a spare for me at the gas. Spare desk at the gas exchange today or something like that. Isn't there? That's it. Okay, question 6. Men of letters. What is the name of Charlie Harris's horse?
Oh, it's a chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum, because Harold can't spell it. So
he goes K-R-Y-S.
I tell you what, mate. Thank God for Apple predictive text because I could not spell it.
Oh god, it's like rhythm or diarrhea in it. It's just how the hell do you spell it? It's just
Well, it's got the word mum at the end, and then it's got chrysanthemum. So it is actually how you'd think to say it, but where you put the A's and E's, that's the challenging one.
is it C-H-R or is it?
Chrysanthemum. But
That's a horse, isn't it?
yeah, proper name, isn't it? Chrysanthemum. Okay, question 7. In Live Now, Paye later, what hymn does Mr. Greenwood sing as he has got very merry and he's on his way out? So he sings a hymn.
I think is it Jerusalem?
Jerusalem, mate.
Oh god, I remember
Hey.
talking to you about it. Yeah, and he's shouting Jerusalem. Yeah.
I shall not cease from mental strife. Nor shall my sword sleep in my hand.
Till
You know, it's a funny story. Our school, it was our hymn. We're not really a religious school at all. But we have a hymn. We go to church once a year, and I used to properly belt it out.
yeah.
I'd always think of him. Think of Mr. Greenwood. I was singing it.
God. As a Welshman, I don't really know that song well, but we used to make us belt out a lot of hymns, but never that one. Funny enough.
Well, I had Bread of Heaven. That was my
at
my wedding.
Bread of Heaven.
Just because of Victor Meldrew. It's obviously the Victor Meldrew. He can stick
God,
it with his bum,
in the car,
in the car.
Victor Meldrew.
That's the only reason I had it at my wedding because we couldn't think of a hymn. I said, "Oh, I like that." So
Bread of
Alex agreed
done.
somehow. Somehow Alex agreed. Yeah, she goes, "Oh, I don't know why you want it, but
there is a sketch, Michael McIntyre sketch on YouTube that's worth watching. It's about Bread of Heaven.
okay."
He says about how because he went to the rugby or something with these Welsh fans, and he said, "Oh, I didn't realise like you guys sing hymns." And he's like, "Yeah, he's more of a choir." He's like, and he goes, "No matter who you play, he goes, you got the hacker, you got All Blacks doing the hackers. It's really aggressive, aggressive stuff, and then you've got the Welsh singing Bread of Heaven." He's like, "Have some bread. It's from heaven." Chill out.
Yeah.
It's just such a funny sort of juxtaposition.
Yeah, sitting it.
We won't mention any more rugby though. It's not great at the minute.
Mate, wooden spoons and all that. Okay, question 8. What was the former occupation of the man who tried to seduce, in brackets, Gladys Steptoe? So Gladys Steptoe's gone down to collect her pension and gets chatted up by who? What was his job? He was an ex something.
Was he an ex-copper?
Ex-copper.
Oh, he was, yeah.
Specialised in the fraud squad.
That's it, yeah. Because I remember Albert going, "Oh, a dirty old copper fancies me."
That's it. He takes a dancing, doesn't he, and chases after to the toilet or whatever.
Runs him ragged.
I only realised when I looked him up on IMDb, he's in a Bond film.
Is he?
Started from Russia with Love. He's the guy that the Kronstein's playing at chess. Yeah.
Oh God.
You can see it. There you go. So Bond and Steptoe worlds collide, mate.
God.
Yeah. But he says something like, I was notorious. Once I got into a case, that's it. I've never.
Yeah, that was relentless. Yeah.
And obviously, we got a classic case of fraud going on in front of him, and he can't even see it. I mean, I'm not being funny. She's not very. He's not a very convincing.
No, he's got like full-on stubble as well, hasn't he? I think the bit in that I love as well, like a really small bit, is where, the Inland Revenue guy writes out the cheque and gives it to the old man.
Oh yeah.
It's the way he shakes his hand, his proper butch. He's like he leans into it and grips his hand really tight. You're pretending to be an old woman.
Okay, question 9. What film does Albert want to watch in Divided We Stand?
Albert, he wants to watch Blood of the Ripper.
Blood of the Ripper.
Yeah, I remember talking about that earlier. Yeah, I'd rather watch that than the ballet.
Oh, mate, yeah, definitely. Finally, question 10. I'm sure you'll get this. In the party, where is it Harold is booked into stay?
What, the name of the place in
hotel or place, whatever. Yeah.
Hotel Miramar, but I can't pronounce is it Porta de Villata?
Spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. That
I
is
bet that was wrong.
fantastic. No, that's it. It's perfect, mate. Puerto de Vallarta. Yep. That's
Sorry,
cracking,
say
mate.
that.
That's cracking.
Brilliant. Do you know
Yeah.
what? I must have got a bit confused because I've also done a little quiz on that series.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, but the good thing is, I've listed there none of the questions we didn't clash, so that's quite
Oh,
good.
okay, mate. All right, that's good.
So
That's good
carrying
stuff, mate.
on, we might as well stay in the Skinner's arms for a few more.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, so I've got question one, episode one, Men of Letters. What does Albert provide for the Church Magazine Centenary Edition?
The crossword, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, Albert does the crossword
Yeah.
because yeah, obviously Harold does the. I suppose he does like a mini podcast, doesn't he? Before podcast.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Recording it. So yeah, well done, mate. So question two, episode two, A Star Is Born. What is the name of the leading lady that Harold is trying to knock off? We've actually just mentioned it.
Oh, gosh, we have just mentioned it as well, haven't we?
First name begins with N.
Oh gosh.
N for November.
Oh gosh, mate.
Is a tough one, that.
Naomi? No.
Very close.
No, sorry, it's gone, mate. It's gone.
It was Nemini Wagstar.
Nemini. That's it. Yeah, I can hear the director saying it. Nemini. Yeah. That's right.
Nemini. Yeah.
Very
And also,
good.
What is a Pelopony?
A polo
That was a split
pony.
question.
Polo pony.
Polo
That's it.
pony.
Yeah.
Pelopony, or what was it? I bring him a sausage from the king.
The Alf-Garnet chief.
I've got it, chief. Afghan.
Put your bloody glasses on.
So how many siblings has Albert got?
It's either 6 or 8, I think.
A bit higher than that.
Oh no.
Because do you remember George was his eldest brother?
10 of them.
He's actually, I can remember Albert saying there was 14 of us.
14, sorry, that's right.
So,
yeah,
he's
14,
got
there you
13
are, mate.
siblings. Because I think
14,
he talked
gosh.
about when they laid in bed, they looked like a tin of sardines. 'Cause it was like 4 one end, and but yeah.
What does Harold say? They breed like rabbits and they drop like.
Drop like flies and breed
That's
like,
it.
like
Yeah,
rabbits,
that's it.
innit?
Drop
Yeah.
like flies. Yeah.
Yeah, what's he got? No matter how many funerals you go to, he goes, there's always the same number of them.
That's it. They just keep resupplying the. Yeah.
So we've got episode 4, Live Now, PAYE later. What is the name of Albert's fake daughter whom he was claiming for? He was claiming for his daughter that doesn't exist. Can you remember her name?
Is it Bryony?
That begins with M.
Oh,
Can you remember Harold saying it?
mate, I'm not doing very well to this one, am I? I can hear him saying it, but what it is? Miriam? Is it Miriam?
Oh, I'll give that. It's Muriel. He goes, who's
Muriel?
Muriel?
Muriel.
Yeah,
That's
do you
right.
remember that?
I knew it was MR something. Yeah, and there was an M and an R in there.
He was claiming for daughter 35 or something, wasn't he? Because he said.
Oh, that's right. Because he
really
says,
good
Muriel. That's it.
Muriel, yeah.
That's it.
Also, we've got episode 5, Loathe Story. Who plays Harold's love interest, Bunty?
Joanna Lumley.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, she was brilliant in that, wasn't she, Joanna Lumley?
He was. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, she's in it.
Good to have got her in it. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. She's a very big star.
Yeah.
And she's lovely in that as well. Her mother's horrible, and she she plays quite a nice character.
Yeah, similar to that Rising Damp episode, isn't it? With the sort of slightly snooty mother and the daughter.
Oh yeah, that's true.
With Alan. Yeah.
It's Miss Jones.
That's it.
Episode 7, The Desperate Hours. The Steptoes are reduced to putting foreign coins in the meter. It's a tough one, this, mate, but what coin do they say works best?
Is it a Pfennig?
Spot on, mate. Yeah, it's a Pfennig.
Yeah.
Do you know what a Pfennig
Remember
is?
that? I want to say Bulgarian, but I'm probably wrong.
Well, I had to look because it's bizarre spelling. It's spelled Pfennig.
Oh, okay, right.
Pfennig must be silent P, like Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pfennig or penny is a former German coin or note.
German.
Yeah, it was the official currency from the 9th century up until the introduction of the euro in 2002.
Oh wow. There
Yeah,
you go.
Pfennig.
Brilliant.
You always learn something with this.
Sitting it. Yeah.
And then the last question I've got, because I didn't go to 10, I've only got the 9. You might have to guess this, but what is the highest rated episode of season 7, or series 7, I should say?
Desperate Hours.
There's actually 2. There's Desperate Hours. Yeah.
Desperate Hours.
2 dead levels. There's Desperate Hours, which is 9.3, and one other episode.
This is going to be tough.
You covered it tonight.
Probably going to go with, Divided We Stand then. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting, that. Yeah, because Desperate Hours is amazing.
I thought Star is Born might have been with it.
Yeah, it was slightly less. I think it was something like 8.9, but...
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. But again, it's so subjective, and I mean...
This is it. Yeah, it depends who hits like on IMDb, I guess. I guess that's how they do it, isn't it?
That's true.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, we're all done at the Skinner's Arms.
All done at the Skinner's Arms, a double round there tonight.
Yeah, would be Brahms and Liszt.
Great stuff, mate. Fantastic.
Yeah. Brilliant. So I think that's it, isn't it? Anything else we got to cover?
No, I think we've summarised Series 7 quite nicely in the quiz questions, and as we've said, we'll more than likely revisit. I know Tyler wants to do one of Series 7, doesn't he?
Oh What a Beautiful Morning.
Oh What a Beautiful Morning. That'd be good to do.
I'm really happy with that, because I do love that episode. I've watched that, I think, more than... I'd say Desperate Hours I've watched the most, but Oh What a Beautiful Morning. There's just something about it and the characters in it. Like, I always think I'd love to see more of... I can't remember her name, funny enough, but it's the one that she shows her drawers, you know.
Oh,
what is her name? She's a bit potty. Ada?
Potty Ada.
Potty Ada,
yeah. She never got over her husband doing something, didn't she?
Was it? He never come back from the war.
That's right, never come back. Yeah.
He did come back. He just never went home to her. He lives in Newcastle.
If she's going, make sure she's got her knickers on.
Yeah, she goes, they don't come off as much as yours.
And then she flashes them, doesn't she? Oh.
Yeah. She holds her out, doesn't she?
Oh, great.
She goes, call this bleeding swearing. He goes, wait till I get to the cemetery.
Tell you what, you don't get character actresses like that anymore, do you?
No.
Just like we'll call on her because we know she can play like a slightly
crazy,
foul-mouthed East Londoner. Yeah.
She goes to the other woman. She goes, "You had a lovely war, all them Canadians." There's a reference there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. Great stuff.
But yeah, but I like the rest of Series 7. You know, amazing episodes. Like Loathe Story, Live Now, PAYE Later.
Yeah.
The Star Is Born, Men of Letters. It's a good, solid.
It's a great run of them. Great run of them, isn't it? Yeah. Brilliant. So we've got Series 8 next week. That's
what we're going to do.
Some great ones in there. I think my choice would be Seance in a rag and bone yard. A wet rag and bone yard.
Patricia Routledge.
And Henry VIII.
Yeah, brilliant. And Dan Marino.
Do you know
what? It's a tough one. I think I'll go with... we got his Porn Yesterday, or these 7 Steps to Rye.
7 Steps to Rye.
Back in Fashion.
Back in Fashion. So to Bed. It's a good episode.
So to Bed,
Upstairs, Downstairs. Yeah. So yeah, whichever one you want, does it?
That's so tough, isn't it? Do you know what? I'll go with Upstairs, Downstairs. I'll go with that because I think it's visually it's brilliant. We got Harold running around, but so that's Upstairs, Downstairs, episode 5, and then Seance in a wet rag and bone yard.
Episode 6. So say it's the episode 6 is the last proper episode, isn't it? Obviously got Perfect Christmas, but it's the last normal episode.
That's it, yeah.
So quite nice to round it off on that. Yeah, it's great.
Brilliant.
Marvellous.
So thanks, Si.
Thank you, Dazza. It's been a great episode.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. My cheeks are hurting from laughing there.
It's
a bit like the musical evening one. It's so slapstick and
yeah. Hopefully listeners will enjoy it as much as we've enjoyed discussing it. So do get in touch. Yeah,
check us out on all the socials.
And it'd be nice to hear what you think. See if you agree with our ratings or disagree, and tell us why.
Yeah, or you think we were giggling too much? Let us know.
Tell us to tone it down.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Si.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Take care.